Hello and welcome back to Midwest Charge. You join me in Huber Heights, Ohio, and we are checking out another IONNA station. I noticed on, I want to say it was PlugShare the other day, I was just looking around at different sites and I saw, oh hey, there's a new IONNA station under construction in Huber Heights, Ohio, so let's check it out. So just to give you an idea of the layout, also I apologize for the wind noise, I-75, I believe, or whatever major interstate is here, I'll put it up on the screen, comes from this direction over here. You drive up the little roadway here, and there's the front entrance of the Sheets, and then back here is the IONNA station. So there's some sort of drive-through here, and then this is actually a secondary exit, but it's been blocked off on both sides so that people don't drive through while it's under construction. There's a work van here, presumably related to the construction. There's a box. I'm not totally sure exactly what this is, but probably something related to the power electronics. And then there are two more boxes over there. You can see 1 and 2. And yeah, doesn't look like we've gotten a whole bunch done here, but I believe construction only started a few weeks ago, if that. So as you can see, right here is all getting dug up. I would assume this is probably where the power electronics are gonna go, the power cabinets, the switchgear, all that good stuff. And looks like they're digging up some trenches on that side for charging. Let's see if I can get it to focus through there. Some trenches on that side for charging. And I'm not sure if they're gonna put chargers on this side yet, or maybe just only on the one side, but I count, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces on this side. So they are likely going to put 6 chargers here, 3 posts, and then a few more over here, if I had to guess. So there you go. That is the Huber Heights, Ohio IONNA station, right behind the Sheets. Join me in Henderson, West Virginia. We just crossed the border a few minutes ago, and we have changed our route plan. We were originally going to go all the way down to Princeton, West Virginia, and we are now stopping in Marmet, West Virginia for just a couple of minutes, maybe 5 minutes tops, because we were getting a 2 to 1% estimated arrival in Princeton, which means the car would not have had extra energy to precondition. So we're going to go ahead and swing by Marmet here in about an hour, and then we will continue on to Princeton, West Virginia. We've been averaging 266 watt-hour per mile so far, 38 kilowatt-hours used, and we've gone 143 miles. Alright guys, just a really quick charge stop. We're going to charge here until we hit 30%, and then we are going to continue on to Princeton, West Virginia. Since we're getting a really charge strong session here, and yeah, still over 200 kilowatts, we're actually going to go to 32% just because the car is convinced we won't make it, and I think it's wrong, but just to be safe, we'll do 33%. Alright, I'm recording this clip right after the last one, and for some reason the car still thinks we're only going to get there with 1%, even though we're at 32, so I guess we'll let it charge up to 35, but once we hit 35, we are for sure taking off. Alright, looks like it ticked over to 35 while I wasn't paying attention, so it is time to unplug. Alright, on to Princeton. Alright guys, welcome to Princeton, West Virginia. We arrived with 2% battery and actually left with 37% after I hopped back in the car. So it looks like that was a perfectly timed departure. And yeah, now we're charging up while we figure out where to go next. Alright, go ahead and ignore the road trip down here in the corner. I forgot to reset that, so I'll try to reset that on the return. We are getting 249 kilowatts at the moment. It ramped up to 250, I want to say around 6%. So we've been getting super solid charge speed here. We are 214 miles from the IONNA rechargery. So I believe we need to find one more charge stop in between. Perhaps this Colfax charger. So we'll figure something out. Alright guys, we are going to the Supercharger in Colfax, North Carolina. It is 136 miles from our current location in Princeton, so we should be able to leave with probably a 45 to 50% departure, something like that. We are at 36% now. It just ticked over. We're doing 141 kilowatts. We're going to go ahead and charge up to 50% here and then take off, just so we have a good buffer. Alright, we are closing in on 50%. We're at 49 right now, and I'm going to go ahead and put the phone in the phone mount so we can record the next leg of the journey. Alright guys, we are now charging in Greensboro, North Carolina. This should be the, well, Colfax, but same thing. This should be the final charge stop on our way to Apex, where we will be visiting the Apex Rechargery by IONNA and seeing a bunch of other familiar faces. So we're just going to let it charge up a bit here. I don't know to what level yet, but I think we're going to target roughly 15% arrival, something like that, maybe 20%. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright guys, we have way more than enough energy to go. We are at 38% state of charge with an estimated 13% arrival to the IONNA charging station. So we're going to go ahead and take off now on the final leg of our journey. This car definitely needs a wash. Oh man, just covered in grime and bugs. Alright, 400 North Salem Street, Apex, North Carolina. Let's go. Cool stuff here. Lots of people all around. There's the Model 3. Couple cars charging here. Got a Lightning, R1T, EQS SUV, Model 3, Silverado EV. Looking good. Got the interior rechargery here. Got some vending machines, snack dispensers, little area. This is a little more of the side. Alright guys, we are queued up here at the IONNA charging station, about 10 minutes from 10 o'clock. Alright guys, we're at Station 1A with the super kind people from IONNA here. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get plugged in. So we'll open that up. Grab the charging cable. And
the first one of the day.
Plug it in. Alright, it is now authorizing. Vehicle is ready. Now says approved. And it's authenticating. Go ahead and hit accept here on the screen. See the communication lights going. Taking just a minute to do its handshake here. There we go, 14%. You can see in the car it says we are charging. So there we go, 164. We'll switch to the charging detail screen here. You can see we're getting 457 amps. Hopefully we'll see it ramp up, but the battery is not totally warm, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we are continuing to charge here. It looks like the battery is probably a little bit too cold. And it looks like side A and B share the same screen, so I'm going to get out of the way. But yeah, looks like the car is just got a chilly battery, but it is charging. You can use it. Sorry. Alright, it is continuing to just rip along here at about 150 kilowatts or so. Like I said, this is not a fault of the charger. The battery's just a little bit chilly. Terminal, one screen. So. Man, what a fantastic charge stop. Fully packed. And you can actually see here, the gentleman next to me is getting 200 kilowatts, while our car is pulling 142. So neither one appears to be limited, and 200 is what my car should be getting if it was properly preconditioned. That's all right. Shout out Out of Spec. Well, we have left the car charging here for a minute. We're going to go ahead and walk in between all these EVs here. Check out the amenities. 10 stations, 6 CCS, 4 NACS or NACS. And then right here is the converted gas station. It is now a lounge. So they have some refreshments and amenities for the people participating in the event today. Some seats for sitting down and hanging out, and a whole indoor area. You can have 2 EVs plugged into this station, and it appears that the 400 kilowatt limit is a true 400 kilowatt limit, and even 400 volt cars can share 200 kilowatts. Super awesome. We're pulling 129 kilowatts at 35% as the car begins to return to its normal taper point. And yeah, all's well here. Alright, I think it's been about 13 minutes, so we're going to recheck on our session, and 1A, we're at 53% already, doing 100 kilowatts. And there is our charge curve. Super awesome. So you can see it peaked really high, and then it came off pretty early as the battery started to warm up. We got back a little more speed. But yeah, we're doing 388 volts, 257 amps right now. It's just going. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and unplug. It is nearing the end of our time slot here. We have just dropped down to 99 kilowatts, so if I was on a road trip, this is actually when I'd be leaving. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we are on 1A. Does mine say 55%, 97 kilowatts? No, yeah, but I just want to make sure that I've selected the right one on the screen. Okay. Oh yeah, connector 1A. It says it right there. I just can't read. Alright, cool. So we'll hit cost detail, 2 cents kilowatt hour, 36.6 kilowatt hours delivered. Stop charging, confirm. And there we go. It is unlocked. We'll just put that right on back here. There we go, 56% finished. There's all the session details. Charging detail. And then we're gonna hit the receipt button here. Let's see if we can get a receipt. Okay, present card for receipt. Can you hold this?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Give it the same card information. And there we go. 79 cents, scan to get your receipt, so I'm going to do that real quick. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get going. It is available. Let's get the heck out of here. Alright guys, sorry about not filming quite as much there. We got a 56% state of charge, but it is absolute chaos and pandemonium, in a good way, at the IONNA charging station. So we just went right around the corner here, and we are now parked with all of the other EVs. There's a Fisker Ocean, there's a Rivian R1T, R1S, Model Y, Ioniq 5, ID4, just kind of everything over here. There's actually a pedestrian path that we could cut through, but I'm just going to walk along the road here. Got a Cybertruck, another Rivian, and yep, we'll be right back to the station in a minute. All right, bunch of EVs, and there it goes. Yep, I'm watching. There's the ZDX with the next connector. We got the ZDX charging there on CCS with the NAX adapter, Model Y, EV9, and a Model 3 charging on CCS. There's the Cybertruck that we saw on the road earlier today. Looks like they're getting ready to pull in here. Many people, lots of charging. There is, I believe, Matt with his Fisker Ocean, which means we must have seen a different Fisker Ocean a couple minutes ago. So that's exciting. Got all different types of EVs here. I think the only one we have two of is the EV9. There's one EV9 right there and one right there. All right, it is absolutely jam-packed. All kinds of people, all kinds of EVs, everywhere the eye can see. Alright guys, welcome back. We are at 55% state of charge and we are getting ready to head back to Dayton, Ohio. Our first stop is going to be the V3 Supercharger in Mount Airy, North Carolina. We should get there with about 13% battery and should be about 2 hours and 9 minutes. We'll see what kind of efficiency we get on the return trip. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better since we have much warmer temperatures. See you there.
And like one of the ladies with a clipboard that worked there was like, "Do we even charge bikes?" The other guy's like, "Yeah, we do. I guess we do now."
We are closing in on the Mount Airy Graceland Lane Supercharger. This is the version 3 Supercharger, not the older version 2 station in this town. We've been averaging 247 watt-hour per mile. We've gone 127 miles so far. I believe our total should be 136, 137 miles or so for the first leg of the trip, but we've been maintaining good speeds, which is why our efficiency is kind of that low, but 247 watt-hour per mile, I mean, that's over 4 miles per kilowatt hour, so we're doing pretty well. We left at 55% from Apex, North Carolina, and this will be our first stop of the return trip. After this, we're going to probably try to find somewhere with good dinner options, because we're going to be pulling in at 4 p.m., which means our next stop will likely be about 2 hours away, sometime around 6 p.m. All right, we got the Model 3 charging up here. Pretty busy station, 8-stall 250. One of the last ones until we get into West Virginia. And we got a familiar face over there in the red Model Y. Anyway, time for a restroom break. All right, guys, back to the Model 3 to figure out where we are going next. All right, guys, we are going to be going to Mount Hope, West Virginia. Just a short hop, skip, and a jump away, and we'll be having dinner there. See you soon. Alright guys, we are at the traffic light just outside the, what is this, not Prosperity? The Mount Hope, West Virginia V3 Supercharger. So it is an 8-stall, 150 kilowatt station, and it looks like the whole site is not quite empty, but almost half full. So we should still be able to snag a 150 kilowatt charger. See you there. So it looks like we are 245 miles away. It says negative 72%. We're at 3% battery. So we're gonna go ahead and plug in, oh snap. Actually, I'm going to move farther down because it looks like these two are shared. Take two. There we go, 2A, plug it in. There we go. Had a weird blink there, but now it is communicating. So we will hop back in here and see what we can do. Starting to charge. 40 minutes of charging remaining. 133. All right. Not quite the 150 we were hoping for, but significantly better than the 75 kilowatts we'd be getting if we were splitting power with somebody else. It's just a quick stop here at the Taco Bell. We're going to have some dinner, have some drinks, and, you know, mango drinks, of course. And, yeah, just let the car charge up while we eat. We'll take off again. I think we only need 75 or 80% to make it back to Dayton, so most likely we'll just take it easy, have a regular dinner, and then when we're ready, we'll just go. All right, we are back from Taco Bell, and we are at a 78% state of charge. It says 5 minutes remaining to continue the trip, and we're pulling only 56 kilowatts, but at this point, we're ready to be done with the road trip, so we're just going to let it finish up. It's, you know, 4 or 5 minutes of extra charging that it needs, and then we will take off straight for Dayton. Okay, we have reached 82% state of charge, and the car says we will get to Dayton at 3%. And that's good enough. So on to Dayton, Ohio for the next 245 miles. Alright guys, we are approaching our destination here, Dayton, Ohio. We've driven 240 miles so far. We have a few more miles to go, but roughly 245 is what we'll have done. We've used up about 59 kilowatt hours, and we have averaged 244 watt hour per mile. This was a very quick trip, fast turnaround, lots of miles in a very short period of time, but the car has performed great, and I am ready to go sleep. See you on the next one.